everybody. Welcome back to the Film Buds podcast. This is episode number 150. We made it.
Yeah.
And my name is Henry. And with me once again, Paul Davis.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, Paul. Paul, it's good to have you with us, man. Once again, you've been on the last few shows with us. Mm-hmm. Actually, let me pause you there, Paul. I got to say what we're doing. So this week, we have a review of the new Mutants, which is now on VOD. And then we have a listener question with another round of rapid fire movie questions, which we've done in the past before, not for a while. So we'll get to that. A pick of the week. I mean, another great show, I think, hopefully.
Yeah,
you never know. Well, Paul, how you doing?
Doing well. You know, watched New Mutants this week. Just been kind of getting ready for Thanksgiving next week. So it's been a pretty low-key kind of week.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about you?
Not too much. Wrapping up with school, as we were talking about beforehand. And that's, really just kind of staying busy for the most part. And I guess a couple in-house things to mention. So if you follow us on Instagram at FilmBuds, and you can follow us on Facebook and Twitter as well. So please do if you have not yet. I did post recently that the FilmBuds, since we started in mid-2017, has been downloaded in 69 countries and counting. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. Thanks to everybody, past and present, listeners, hosts, guests, for all of that. And let's just keep it going. Let's keep the fun times going. Why not? Oh, and then one really quick thing. I think I did post about it on the Instagram as well. I had the pleasure of very briefly chatting with director Duncan Jones on Twitter, who is the director of Warcraft, Moon, Mute, and he's also David Bowie's son. And a few days ago, he posted about podcast recommendations. And I said, this is my chance, to break out. And so anyways, I commented and said, hey, check out Film Buds. We love your movies. And
do you love Warcraft, Henry? Do you?
Well, I'm hoping he doesn't hear this episode, because I think if he listened to our reviews, may not be as welcoming, but there's you can decide that one for yourself.
Look, it's no offense, Duncan. Not even David Bowie had a hit every time.
Yeah. And anyways, he commented to the Film Buds Twitter and said, "I'm sure you are awesome, but my brain needs non-film food to make stuff that is not riffing on other films." Smiley face. So, of course, that means he hates us. I said, Duncan, I get it, buddy. You hate Film Buds. That's okay. No, I said, hey, man, thanks. I totally understand. Thanks for replying. So that was nice of him.
Yeah.
And yeah, other than that, not too much else to mention. So, Paul, anything else you want to touch on before we?
No, it's 150 episodes. I've been able to come on very intermittently since back in 2017. And so it's been enjoyable to watch the show keep going, and I'm glad that I've gotten to be a part of it over the last few weeks. And thanks to all the listeners. And let's see if we can't get a really far out there. I want someone out there listening right now who's in one of these 69 countries to try and get us our furthest from where we are geographically question.
Yes.
Let's see if we can't get, don't we have Azerbaijan or something on that list of countries? We've got some ludicrous ones.
We've got some, yeah.
Let's find someone like that to throw us a question. That's my challenge to the listening audience.
Please do.
Yeah.
And Paul, thank you for your support over the years. I appreciate it a lot, man.
Yeah, always.
All right. Well, I guess with all that said, we can jump into our review of the new Mutants. We do have a clip this time. So take a listen.
What's the last thing you remember, Danny? He said we had to run. The reason you survived is because you're a very uncommon girl. You're not alone. Not anymore. Do you know what mutants are? Would anyone like to share their first time? Rain?
I was 13. I thought it was a dream. I just lost control.
Sam?
I started panicking. People got hurt.
Roberto?
My girlfriend had burned her.
Ileana?
I killed 18 men, one by one.
All right. The New Mutants is on VOD, as we said, and I think it's in theaters, a few theaters at least, and it's directed by Josh Boone. It stars Maisie Williams, Anya Taylor-Joy, Charlie Heaton, Alice Braga, Blue Hunt, Henry Zaga, Adam Beach, Thomas Key, Colby Gannett, and that's about it, I think. And the synopsis is 5 young mutants just discovering their abilities while held in a secret facility against their will, fight to escape their past sins and save themselves.
It's a much more exciting sounding film.
Yes. Well, now, Paul, one of the things that I appreciate about you is that you do your research. You take the time. It's always nice.
Yeah, I try.
Yeah. Do you want to kick things off, or?
Sure. I mean, so first off, before I say anything about, I guess, my opinions on the film itself, I definitely want to start with this movie has been in development, really honestly, like just release hell for a long time. You know, it was a long gestating project. It finally got filming. And then the merger happened with Fox and Disney and things kind of stalled out. And this film, if you actually go, and I won't get too deep into it because we could spend a lot of time talking about the circumstances of this film, but it ended up being plagued by a lot of issues, some of which were within the director and writer's control, some of which were not. If you want to go, I think Variety or someone like that, maybe the Hollywood Reporter, has like a really good write-up on like what the production of this movie was, and I think that it's worth a read. That being said, with what we do have on the screen, oh my God.
It's not a fan?
It's an hour and 34 minutes, and it feels slower than all 3 hours of The Godfather.
Oh, it feels so long.
Oh my God. I started this movie at like 10 in the morning. And, you know, it was by the time that I wrapped up, because I paused at like one point in the middle of it to go and do something just real quickly. By the time I was done, it was like 11:40. And I was like, oh my God, how is it not 4 p.m? I've been sitting here too long on this one film.
Yeah.
You know, that synopsis makes it sound like you're going to get almost like One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest meets like It sort of horror sequences with like a YA flavor. And instead what you get is CW freeform teen drama that just sort of meanders through talking scenes for a really long time, punctuated by random visual effects.
Brought to you by The Fault in Our Stars director.
Yeah. So it's just such a weird movie. And not weird in the sense that like it's even all that technically terrible. I mean, it's framed fine. It looks fine. The visuals are pretty good. You know, the visual effects. I mean, it's a boring film. Not a single frame will be like, oh, what a great shot. You know, what lighting?
Yeah.
You know, you're never going to be. It's technically proficient.
He knows where to put the camera.
Exactly, literally. He knows how to shoot for coverage. Yay for him. And so, but beyond that, it's just a slog. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm the same. I had heard about, it's one of those movies that was in like development hell and release hell, as you said, for a long time. And it's become one of those that I was just so tired of hearing about. Mm-hmm. Like when it was first announced, I was like, oh, great, cool. I'm excited. But by the time it came out, I was like, I'm so past caring about this movie at all.
Yeah.
And I don't think I actually watched the trailer for it, but I knew it was trying to be horror kind of ish a little bit. And that's what I was excited about at first, because it was like one of Marvel's first horror films, like true horror films, but it has traces of that, but there's not much of it really in the movie. Like,
no.
It reminds me a lot of it reminds me of the Hellboy reboot that you and I reviewed a little bit. It feels so choppy, so rushed, and so incoherent at times. And it also reminds me of the Fantastic Four reboot, of course, brought to you by auteur director Josh Trank of Capone fame. So no, I really disliked it for the most part. I wanted to like it a lot, but the performances across the board, like the accents, are out of control.
Yes.
Anya Taylor-Joy's Russian accent, the guy's Southern accent, brutal. I like Anya Taylor-Joy a lot. She was in Queen's Gambit recently. She's great in that. And The Witch and others as well. Mm-hmm. But I'm not really blaming her. I think it's more so the writing and the design. But she's not amazing. I think Maisie Williams is probably the only decent performance.
She's probably giving me one of the best performances of the film. And yet even that, I feel like, is her asleep at the wheel.
Yeah.
You know, when I'm watching her, I'm like, I've seen you give me better in Game of Thrones.
For sure.
And so, like, she's probably our best performer, but also, okay, so you want to do a Marvel movie and you want to do a Marvel horror film. There are so many good X-Men characters whose powers are so well suited to that kind of thing that it was really weird to me that their jailer was just a woman who created bubbles. And on top of that, where were other people in this facility?
That's what I was asking.
This movie
she can't be the only one.
So many logic breaks. And, I'm willing to accept some logic breaks here and there. They are sometimes just necessary. How did Batman survive? Because he's Batman. You know, you don't need to know. He just did. But there are certain things where it's like, if your whole world is just kind of this chaotic mess of logic breaks, then I cannot continue to buy into them. How did they get these children? The one guy seemed to come here not quite of his own free will, but like he seemed really certain that he was going to get out of here, and like I'm assuming his parents were probably hoping to get him back at some point. Where are the other people in the facility? How did these teenagers find this attic room? Why are there no ways to keep Maisie Williams from getting into the vents? Why does Alice Braga go to sleep suddenly allow them to just screw around? Are there rules to this place? It doesn't feel like a jail. And so it raises so many more questions. And I'm like, she's got shields. That is, the bubble shields, that's handy, but like, you've got someone with magic who's teleporting and comes in with a dragon and a laser sword that is flaming. And I'm like, I feel like if this woman went all out on bubble shield here with Cannonball just ping-ponging around the place distracting her, she'd really be up a creek without a paddle fighting these kids. So it was just such a weird movie to me, and the relationships aren't there. And they're so telegraphed. The moment that like Maisie Williams and the main girl had like a scene together, I was like, they're going to be that's a couple.
Yeah.
It was just so obvious. I was like, here we go. That's the couple. And he wanted to apparently, just to get into a little bit of the headspace of Josh Boone, he apparently wanted to do a John Hughes sort of teen flick like Breakfast Club with a horror film. And I'm like, okay, I get that. But then why didn't you go and look at, since you're already kind of doing like a little bit of a pastiche kind of thing where you're very openly calling on your references. I mean, there is a Breakfast Club sequence in this movie.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you then go and look at horror films that came out at the same time as John Hughes and try and find something that overlays into that, to where you're kind of creating a whole mode and a whole motif. Apparently, by the way, this is the only edit of the film.
Okay. Great.
They shot the film. They knew that it was bad. They knew that they needed reshoots. And then the merger happened and everyone aged out. So this is apparently, according to some of the story behind the scenes, why this movie is the way that it is. This is almost like a one-take wonder,
Yeah. That's a good way to put it. And as you were saying with the logic, I can totally get behind weird logic, especially dealing with sci-fi and superhero stuff, but not even so much the logic, but I think my biggest issue by far is that it feels like this world has absolutely no rules established. I don't know why certain people have powers, what they do, how they can get them, when they're able to use them, and how powerful they are. And I don't know how that connects to the outer world as well. And so it felt like when these powers came up or these weird visuals came up, I was like, wait, where does that come from? Mm-hmm. And it's like, I think lacking of motivation across the board. Like I just couldn't get behind anybody. I couldn't really connect with anybody. And then of course there's just the choppiness and all that just brought it down even more. And really, like, nothing happens in the movie, very little. And then the climax of the movie is, I don't know why the doctor turned evil. I missed that. I mean, I watched this in like 15-minute installments. I could barely keep up pace. Or about 15. And so I don't know why Anya Taylor-Joy was the way she was. I didn't get if she was trying to be friends with people or the group as a whole. I was like, okay, are they a band of misfits who are gonna team up together and fight, or are they all just hating each other? I just didn't get any of that. And so it was pretty frustrating, really.
No, absolutely. And, I think motivation is a great way to phrase it. Why are they taking these kids? Why are they doing this talk therapy then if they're only just going to send them to another facility where they're going to traumatize them further?
Yeah.
What's the motivation behind Alice Braga? Why is she doing this? Why does she believe these things that she says she believes? No, motivation, a lack of motivation is definitely, I think, one of the big, for anything. Why is the Brazilian rich guy the only guy doing dishes? Why?
The most offensive thing about this movie is that he always had his collars popped up.
Oh, yeah.
Brutal.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, and let's also, again, going back to the accent work, we've got Kentucky, who's doing just the most ridiculous Kentucky you ever did hear. And then you've got Anya Taylor-Joy, who's doing, like you said, her weird Russian that also, like, descends into, like, Queen's Hispanic on certain words.
Yeah.
And then you've got the Brazilian guy who has not even the slightest trace of a Brazilian accent. And they specify that he is from Brazil. And it's like, where is this accent? Where is any kind of heritage, any kind of culture, any kind of anything to this guy? He's just a pretty guy. And I don't blame the actors. You're right. I don't blame them. They were all a bunch of young upstarts who were like, an X-Men movie, 3 films, sounds great,
Yeah.
No, this thing really comes down to just like a lot of institutional failure that really, really plagued this film. Because Josh Boone clearly wasn't the guy for it. Even though he had the right story idea, it's clear that he wasn't, because the story concept's fine.
Yeah.
It's all in execution. It's clear that even though he had the right story, I think, concept, that he wasn't the right guy to then pick it up and take it and run with it.
Right.
Because also, all throughout the movie, I'm like, the answer is use your powers. Anya Taylor-Joy and Alice Braga are about to square off, like, have a fight in that hall. You remember this scene?
Yes.
And suddenly it's like, it looks like Anya Taylor-Joy is about to just go full powers on this chick. And the next thing we see is Alice Braga dragging her and throwing her into one of the cells. And I'm like, how did you de-escalate that situation? How did you overpower this child?
Yes, exactly. Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Yeah.
It's just weird. It's just the most nebulous, plotless film. And, reference points. So not only do they have the whole Breakfast Club thing, but in the background, they're continually playing episodes of A, Buffy, but B, in particular, a lot of the Willow, and what was Willow's? Tara love story plot.
Huh. Oh, great.
So this guy is just, and he's even got like seasons of Buffy in like VHS on the...
Oh, I missed those.
Yeah. And so like this man is just slapping all of his references. And as I was watching it, I was like, yeah, this is a Buffy, like one of the many Buffy ripoffs that we've had over the years on TV turned into a movie.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really what's wrong with it. This is like a season of a bad Buffy ripoff that they condensed into an hour and a half, gave none of the rules, none of the explanations for it, and just said, we'll figure it out later.
Yeah. And in terms of Josh Boone, like, I saw Fault in Our Stars back in college, I think. I don't remember much about it. I didn't love it. But it's almost how I think about Mark Webb doing the Amazing Spider-Man movies, where he had done 500 Days of Summer. What are some...
That was his big one.
Okay, that was the big one.
Mm-hmm.
And he nailed in those movies the romance between Andrew Garfield and Emma Stone, and like those were at times the most compelling parts about that movie.
Mm-hmm.
And then some of the more superhero sci-fi elements just did not work as well, and it's almost the same thing here. Like, probably the best scene or the most moving scene would be when Maisie Williams and the lead actress are under the rain,
mm-hmm.
like dome thing. Like, that was a decent sequence, and it actually had a little bit of heart.
Yeah.
And so he can get those scenes right, but then when it comes to action and blockbuster elements, he can't really handle it all that well.
No, not at all. And it's a shame, Chris Claremont, who was the guy that brought us the New Mutants in the comics, is like the seminal X-Men writer after Stan Lee. Stan Lee brought us the yellow and the gold. But the guy that brought us Storm and Nightcrawler and Colossus and the multicolored, multi-ethnic, multiracial X-Men that everyone thinks of is all Chris Claremont. So you've got great Chris Claremont characters, source material. This is from like a particular Chris Claremont saga, the Demon Bear saga. And so he had everything that he needed. I don't know where he went wrong, and I think that you're right. It is very much like Mark Webb. It's this guy who went and did like this little indie romance thing. And you see this a lot with studios more recently, where they take someone who's like done an indie thing that was really successful, and then since they're more on the cheap side, they then go and get them to helm some of their big name projects. Marvel does it all the time with the MCU. They get like TV and indie directors. The Russos come from TV. So it's something that really happens, but you've got to be careful, because if you get people who don't know or don't care about that aspect of the filmmaking, then it's not going to feel like that genre. It's not going to be that thing. And I'm not saying that every comic book movie has to be a comic book movie.
Mm.
But this is supposed to be an X-Men film. You keep on putting all these references to the Essex House, which, by the way, everyone who has forgotten what the Essex House is, Deadpool 2.
I have.
Yeah, Deadpool 2. It's the house where Fatty McFatty was getting tortured. And so the Essex House is supposed to be this whole this is one of my problems, like I was talking about with The Mandalorian, with modern Star Wars. It's a whole bunch of Membersberry stuff. You're supposed to know the Essex House. You're supposed to keep, even though no one paid attention to it, keep track of the Essex House, know that Mr. Sinister is the one that is Essex, and, have all of this background lore and knowledge just kind of in your head, so that way when you see Essex, you go, oh, I know total that. Sense. It's the same problem with Mandalorian. You need to find Ahsoka Tano. Oh,
Yeah.
Dumb. Terrible.
Yeah.
Just a mess.
Yeah, well, talking about other directors and how they handle these films, like with Sam Raimi in the original Spider-Man trilogy, like he does the action well, but the romance and the relationships in those movies are good enough to where you can almost lose the other elements, and or there are times where you almost forget that it's a superhero movie because they're done so well. And in a way, that's kind of the same thing with Mark Webb, but Sam Raimi is able to handle the action better than someone like Mark Webb or Josh Boone. And so, it's kind of just the director not really having the grasp on what he needs to.
No, because there are horror comics and there are characters that are so well suited for a horror style. Venom is practically a slasher. You know, he's practically Mike Myers. And like you look at Spider-Man 2 for a Sam Raimi example, and the scene where they're trying to remove the tentacles, that's him doing essentially, and he talked about it in an interview, that's him doing a little homage to Evil Dead. Because if you look at the perspective angles of the tentacles, when it goes to their perspective, he's using the same technique that he would use for the evil spirit in the woods in Evil Dead. And he's even got the little, you know, homage to the holding up of the bone saw. So you can work horror into comics. You can work other genres into comic book films. Comic book films don't have to be one thing. You do need a director who understands both sides of it.
Yeah.
You need someone who's got both hands on the wheel, not one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I'm trying to think if it's just boring. That's a big, you know, issue. It's just boring. Not much happens. And also, in terms of motivations, I have no idea why the creatures towards the end, what they are, why they're there, who they're trying to fight. Please.
This is something that Lauren had an issue with. She was like, what are the smiley men? She goes on this monologue. If you weren't really focused on it, and it's like a little brief monologue, it's hard to figure it out. My general assessment is that she was taken, held somewhere, and was sexually abused by Russian mobsters. Because if you look at them, they've all got like the silk shirt, unbuttoned with tats. Okay. And in the Russian crime, you tattoo your body with your story.
Right.
And so she talks about how they all just became one face, one gorish, smiling face that, you know, it made them happy. It made her sad. So my general thought was that those were the 18 men sort of embodied into one kind of ghoulish look.
Gotcha.
And that those were the smiling men.
Okay, well, I can get behind that. I mean, I think even with that being said, they're straight out of Miss Peregrine's Home for the Tim Burton movie, like that design wise. But I can get that for sure. That makes more sense.
But it's
what else?
By the way, the character's name from Deadpool 2 that I did refer to as being heavy, his name is Russell. I couldn't remember it. His name is Russell. I got there. So, and I watched that movie recently. I could not remember his name. And so, yeah, you know, it's vague. It's weird. He clearly is pulling from so many other people. He's cribbing on Del Toro. He's cribbing on Burton. He's cribbing on everyone for just a bland melange of nothing.
Yeah. But yeah, it's very disappointing because I was really hoping this would be like a cool one-off horror Marvel movie that would be kind of go under the radar, but everyone would know is amazing. But, you know, it's not. It's just not.
I was really hoping for like as good as It Part 1.
Yeah.
Similar concept, some sort of, you know, powerful figure that can force you to relive or experience things that you would rather not.
Yeah.
Where they have to band together to defeat it. But we don't get that.
Also, it's a shame that Adam Beach was in the movie for like 2 seconds.
Yeah, waste of Adam Beach.
I love Adam Beach.
Waste of Adam Beach. Just a travesty.
Yeah.
So, you ready to... Do you want to go ahead and rate this bad boy?
Sheesh. That's I'm really glad I gave Terminator Dark Fate a 2. so I would have some room. I mean, I hate hating these movies, but this one in particular had it coming. Gosh, 1 maybe?
I
mean, yeah, I am close to a half. That's very warranted. So yeah, a light 1 at best.
Light 1. Lauren gives it a -1.
Okay, well there you go.
Yeah, she was I think even more not a fan than I was.
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah. I guess with that said, that done, we can move on to our listener question. So, the filmbudspodcast@gmail.com filmbuds.com is where you can reach us at. Also, as I said earlier, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at filmbuds. So please check us out there. Stay up with updates and the filmbuds.com as well. And yeah, so we have one this week on Twitter from Pile It On. Hopefully this is one of the countries that Paul is so anxious to hear from. And they say, hello, Film Butters. Have listened for about a year now. Thanks for the excellent times. Oh, thank you. I know you have occasionally done some rapid fire questions before. Here are mine. Hope these work out. Some of these aren't either or questions. Hope that's all right. It's just fine. Pile it on. Don't worry yourself about it. So yeah, we've done this a couple times before, not for a while, but we always like hearing from getting these from people. And if you have any ideas for lists, please send us some, and we'll do them on the show. So starting off here, cinematic universe or standalone original story? Paul?
I mean, I guess at the end of the day, I would rather have standalone stories. Like if all cinematic universes suddenly just ended today, I think that I would sleep fine.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say standalone original story as well. I mean, cinematic universes can be fun. I would prefer they don't exist, but here we are.
Yeah. And I mean, there's only one that's doing it right anyway, so.
Yeah. Fast Five or the Furious franchise. Those are the true cinematic universes.
It is Hobbs and Shaw. That's what I need.
Yeah. All right. So these next two are I feel like they could kind of be interchangeable depending on viewpoints. But next one, favorite director to wind down to or relax to.
Do you have an answer? Do you have one?
I might say the more blockbuster Spielberg films. He kind of has like an effortless, kind of easy, welcoming style. I might say him.
That's a great pick.
Perhaps Tim Burton. Maybe earlier Tim Burton could be one. But I think Spielberg would be the one to go to. His more friendly blockbuster films. I think BFG.
That's fair. I don't think that I really have like a director. I've got like, I guess, individual films that I'll sometimes go to.
Well, shoot them out.
Okay. If I'm, what, I'll say Adam McKay. A good Adam McKay comedy can be a good way to wind down a day.
Yes. All right. And then the next one, again, it could be kind of the same thing. Maybe, I don't know. Favorite director to watch when you're anxious.
Oh. That's interesting.
That's a tougher one.
Right.
I mean,
let me ask you a question. When you're feeling a certain type of way, do you like to watch something that kind of puts you deeper into it, or do you look for something that takes you out of it?
So if I'm feeling anxious, I think that most of the time I will watch a movie that is anxiety inducing in order to relieve that anxiety.
Like trying to break a fever.
Yeah, okay. Something like that. So like I can like a month or two ago I was feeling anxious, so I watched Dunkirk.
Okay.
Like, and that's just like a steady anxious ride.
Yeah.
And so it's Christopher Nolan. I mean, Dunkirk would probably be the only exception. Maybe, I don't know, talking about directors like Darren Aronofsky. Mm-hmm. Put on Black Swan, Mother, something like that.
Yeah. I mean, if I'm feeling anxious, I guess, so like lately I've been feeling politically anxious. Wonder why. And so I leaned into like a lot more, I guess, stuff that for me were films that helped, explain some part of our climate. So I was watching stuff like Vice, a lot of Aaron Sorkin, honestly, just in general. But also, if I'm feeling like just sort of generally anxious, then I actually might go for something more like a horror.
Yeah.
A little bit more Mike Flanagan or something like that. Something that's, again, kind of like you. It's tapping into that feeling to kind of, make it so palpable that finally it just hits a fever pitch and then breaks, Yeah.
Yeah, I think maybe Blumhouse is a good area for that for sure. Yeah. David Fincher as well would be another director. I mean, he's my favorite director, so I'll go to him frequently, but he's a good one for that. Jason
Blum's an incredible producer. You want to talk about a guy who's made a really, really strong brand. Even though Blumhouse overall has some stinkers, that is a house now. Like, that's a really strong house for me of horror.
Yeah. Maybe watch the Purge franchise, something like that.
Yeah.
We gotta review those at some point, Paul.
There's a lot that we gotta do, Henry.
Yeah.
We got all the time to do it.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that's probably some good picks for that one.
Yeah.
Next, American Horror Story / Ryan Murphy shows or The Haunting of Hill House.
Oh, Hill House, any day.
So I guess I should say I haven't seen the second season, the Blind Manor. Yeah. I don't love American Horror Story. Totally. I've seen some seasons I like a lot. I did like Hollywood a fair bit from earlier this year. I was a big fan of that. Did that on the show. Haven't seen Ratchet. Maybe gonna watch it. Curious. So I guess purely because I just have not. I haven't seen all of Haunting of Hill House, so I can't say for sure. I would go Ryan Murphy shows, but not necessarily American Horror Story.
Well, I guess I'm looking at it just sort of specifically as Hill House. I'm not talking about like the Haunting brand. You know, okay. I'm just thinking Hill House. And as far as Ryan Murphy goes with Ratchet, that's one of cinema's greatest villains. So for me, that's kind of like the prequel showing that Darth Vader was a whiny little prick. You know, it just kind of takes all the piss out of the character.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure I need it. Nurse Ratched was a perfect character. And why do I want to suddenly put her in a place where she's maybe sympathetic? Honestly, I'm not interested.
Yeah. That's fair.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did like Hollywood a lot. So I think maybe I would just have to go with Ryan Murphy, I guess, this time.
That's fair.
Next, live theater or theater adaptation?
Live theater.
Yeah, same for me.
I mean, if anyone listening has never experienced live theater, I don't care how you do it, go. I don't care if it's bad, go.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I with one of the other guests on the show, Henry Wilkinson, we always talk about going to see a performance of Les Mis right before the pandemic hit.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic show. So like really, if you haven't gone to much theater or perhaps never before, check it out one way or the other.
Yeah. One thing that I did last summer was to celebrate getting my teaching job. I went and I saw To Kill a Mockingbird on Broadway with Jeff Daniels.
Oh, nice. How's that?
Hell of a show.
Yeah.
And I hate To Kill a Mockingbird, the book. I like the movie whenever Atticus is on screen. But I thought that this entire play was just tremendous. It was Sorkin, and he also blended in parts of Go Tell a Watchman. It was really, really good.
Dang. Man, Aaron is just killing it, man.
When isn't he?
Yeah. All right. Then the next one, I guess it kind of harkens back to what a few ones ago. Sad movies or angry movies? I would go sad.
I guess I don't know what an angry movie is.
Movie with a lot of anger. I don't mean angry. Could be like
the Raid?
I don't know. Yeah, it could be like Old Boy or you know
12 Angry Men.
Yeah, yeah, perhaps so. I mean, I guess angry. Yeah, that is a little open ended. What would you say, Paul? Or what's emotionally, what's something that you tend to watch more often? A movie that has like the angry, more anxiety feelings, or movies that are more sad and depressing?
Oh God,
which suits you better?
Well, I mean, I'm a Wednesday baby, and Wednesday Wednesday children are full of woe. So I guess that's why she's Wednesday Addams. I guess probably more often than not, I do kind of go for like really melancholic, dark, heavy sort of things. You know, I took my family to Before the Devil Knows You're Dead for my birthday. So,
oh wow,
yeah, that's an angry movie. That's both an angry and a sad movie.
Yeah.
So I probably go more macabre. Yeah.
Yeah. What are some sad movies that you like to watch?
Oh,
like, I rewatched Jackie recently. Great film.
I mean, if I want to, like, if I wake up and like I'm having like a weird day and I'm like, I need to just like watch something that's going to make me cry, then I go for something like Big Fish, or I go to Up. Or I'll go to Inside Out. So, you know, there are certainly some movies that, like, you know, if I need a good cry, I know that that's the movie that's like gonna get me there, you know?
Yeah.
How about you?
Well, I mean, having rewatched Jackie, that's one that just kind of came to mind. That is one. It is so sad, but it's really good. Just dealing with loss and grief. Let me see. Actually, I think I have my Letterboxd here somewhere. The Revenant is one. That's kind of an angry movie as well, but that's a pretty sad film. Well, you know, gosh, looking at my favorite films, I guess I am kind of more angry. But yeah, that's a good question. I'll go with Jackie because that is, I guess that's the most recent one I watched. Prisoners is one as well. That's another angry film as well, but there's a lot of sadness there too.
Arrival is a sad movie.
Oh yeah, and basically everything movie Denis Villeneuve has made.
Yeah. If you want, dear listeners, and Pile It On, is that his name?
Pile It On, yeah, you got it.
Perfect. Dear listeners, and Pile It On in specific, you know, you're talking to me about all these emotional experiences. If you would like to experience anxiety, sadness, and anger all in one thing, then honestly, you need to go and play The Last of Us Part 2.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a good choice. Yeah. That's a good choice. Well, and now there's a HBO series coming.
Is there?
It's been greenlit.
I'm going to die.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's I think yesterday it was greenlit by HBO.
They better not screw this one up.
Yeah. Well, it's being done by the guys who did Chernobyl last year.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And actually, speaking of, that's a series I rewatched recently because of like sadness and anxiety. So that's another one. There's a lot of sadness in that show.
I think a lot of the sad films that I like are sad because of a certain amount of sentimentality or a kind of bitter nostalgia. Curious Case of Benjamin Button's another one that came to mind.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And although they're not always the best films, latter Tim Burton, his movies have just been getting more and more sad. And like watch Dumbo from last year, like, you know, you'll feel it. So yeah, that's I mean, we could talk for hours about that one, but with any of these questions, feel free to send us your choices, your recommendations. We, you know, whether commenting on social media or through email, please send us your stuff. Next one, favorite time period for movies to be set in. And then I should say there is a question further down that's historical or sci-fi. And so I guess we can maybe answer those two together.
Okay. Well, first off, I love science fiction. It is one of my favorite genres, but everyone oftentimes is really so heavily cribbing on just Star Wars or Star Trek that there's almost no point. So if you get great sci-fi, it's incredible. Good luck finding it. So by and large, I go historical just because there are people who I know for a fact kill it, you know. As far as time period that I really like in films, I don't know, the 70s, the 20s. Those are probably two of the ones that I really like. I like time periods that feel as, I guess, chaotic to me in a way as now. And I think that fits the 70s, the 30s, and the sort of 20s pretty well.
Yeah. I would say historical as well. I'm just a big history fan, so I tend to cling to those. I do love sci-fi as well, as Paul was saying, but I think if I had to choose, it would be period stories. And then I think the 40s and 50s would be my pick. I'm very interested in World War II history, and then the 50s as well, just for the like kind of golden age of film, you know, kind of glossy era of the 50s. So those would be my two, I think. And next one, classic horror or modern horror?
When are we defining classic? Before 2000? Before the 90s? Before Scream?
Yeah, let's do that.
Perfect. Then honestly, modern.
Man, that's tough. I mean, because my favorite horror film is The Invisible Man, as I've said on the show many times before, and that's from the 30s. So if I say modern, I'm kind of going against my, gosh, I guess I feel like I just tend to watch more modern horror films more often. Mm-hmm. But I think if there was a horror film to watch, it would be The Invisible Man. So I guess I'll have to say classic horror. But yeah, I'll have to live with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't take it back.
No, it's set in stone now.
Yeah. All right, next one. Black Mirror, yes or no?
Yes.
No.
Look, I'm not saying all of Black Mirror, but for the most part, there are enough really quality episodes that I'm not going to throw out the whole thing. I'll just skip the ones that I no longer like. That's the benefit of an anthology show.
Yeah. Yeah, just stick with the Miley Cyrus one, right?
Sure.
Yeah. Rewatch that one over and over.
Just do Bandersnatch on a loop.
Yeah. All right, next one. Kristen Stewart or Robert Pattinson post Twilight?
Oh, Robert Pattinson. Are you kidding me?
Oh, I go Kristen Stewart.
No, The Lighthouse, Batman, his work with the Safdie brothers. That man is on fire.
But see, I love as it's too bad Jacob Bowers isn't here because he's a huge Kristen Stewart fan. I would go Kristen Stewart, but Robert Pattinson is amazing. Now I need to see Batman. It looks great, but we have not seen it yet.
Oh, I have every confidence in him.
I do too.
I had every confidence in Ben Affleck as well, and I think that Batman vs. Superman did him well, but not Justice League.
I agree. Do you now? How do you feel about Zoe Kravitz as Catwoman? Yeah,
everything that I have seen Zoe Kravitz in, I have been like, she was present. So I'm hoping that the director is the director of Rise of the Planet, or Dawn of the Planet of the Apes and War of the Planet of the Apes.
Yes. And
I'm hoping that he's gonna, he squeezes great art out of those films. And so I'm hoping that he's gonna do the same with Batman, and that she's gonna really, really wow me. It seems like everyone is really bringing their game. I mean, Colin Farrell is in some incredible prosthetics that just looks like some of the most photoreal prosthetics I've seen in a long time. So like bottom down, this thing seems to be bringing it on every single level. And so I'm hoping that will elevate Zoe Kravitz up.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it looks great. All right, just I think one or two more here. Favorite movie score?
Favorite movie overall score? Tron Legacy.
Okay, that's a good choice. I would go Lord of the Rings. That would be my
good one.
Yeah,
that's a great pick.
Any others that come to mind? Social Network is another.
Social Network's really, really good. It's not necessarily a soundtrack in the sense of, or a score, but it's a great soundtrack overall. Baby Driver. But as far as score work, Tron Legacy. Oh my God, I just had another one that crossed through my mind and I completely lost it.
I like the Dunkirk score as well. Mm-hmm. There's her, I can't pronounce her name because it's super long. She's a great composer, but she did Joker, Chernobyl, and Mary Magdalene. And I love all of her scores. And yeah.
Black Panther.
Oh yeah.
Great score. Great.
Yeah. All right. I think last one here. All right. I skipped one. The two best working actors today.
The best two working actors today.
Yes. So I guess they have to have made a movie in the last, I don't know, couple years. And I guess that's tough because it can't account.
Carla Gugino.
Okay.
And Willem Dafoe.
Good picks. Man, that's I think DiCaprio would be one. Man, that's I do want to say Nicole Kidman because her work is her career is amazing, but I feel like recently I haven't been as
enthralled as you would like to be.
Yes. Damn, that is so tough.
He's kind of
Charlize Theron could be one.
Ooh, that's a good one. Charlize is a good one.
Yeah.
I was going to say he's like a second level guy, but I think that if people gave him the opportunities that were afforded to someone like a Philip Seymour Hoffman, I think that Jesse Plemons could be filling in for the sort of void that I have in my heart, where Philip Seymour lives. But yeah, there are some really great talents out there working today. Not as many of them as are American, but we've got some really great talent out there in the world right now.
Yeah.
Oh, Anya Taylor-Joy is really good when she tries.
Yeah.
Keeping it topical.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's those are some good choices. Let me see. Gosh, I keep on losing this freaking document. Okay, then last question.
Oh, James McAvoy, sorry.
Oh, no. Oh, it's too bad Chloe isn't here because she's like obsessed with James McAvoy.
Yeah, he'd be a great one as well for that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, what about someone like Daniel Craig, who is like he's been in Bond, but then when he goes out of Bond, he is like in these very memorable roles, like
Knives Out,
Logan Lucky,
yes,
Dragon Tattoo,
Road to Perdition.
Yes.
No, I think Daniel Craig's great. And also, his Bond is arguably the most emotionally compelling Bond.
I would
agree. Now, if we're just saying, everyone, who's like the best Bond is more Bondish, fine. But I think that he's the most emotionally impactful Bond that we have.
Yeah. Now, what about someone like, I guess an obvious one for a lot of people would be like Daniel Day-Lewis. Is he?
No, he's retired. He doesn't count.
Okay, fair enough.
Once you retire, I can't say that you're still working. So even though he did a great career,
that's fair.
He's no longer one of my great workings. Daniel Radcliffe, great stage and screen actor.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about like someone? I mean, because she's like probably my favorite actress, and I think she has some lesser work, but she's been doing great work, like Scarlett Johansson, who's been in like Under the Skin, Her, Don John.
If I'm going to go just down a list of women that I think are killing it right now, then I would probably start my list with Lupita Nyong'o. I would then move on to like Jessica Chastain, Amy Adams.
What about Rooney Mara? Fair.
I'm a big fan of, even though she hasn't done much, Ana de Armas from...
she's great, yeah.
Knives Out and Blade Runner 2049. Mackenzie Davis from Dark Fate and Blade Runner 2049. There are some really great women out there who are working today as well.
Natalie Portman?
She's a little hit or miss for me.
Yeah.
When she hits, she hits.
Yeah.
When that bat connects with that ball, she really knocks it. But there have been some times where I'm like, Natalie, I don't think you knew what you were doing here. Like Your Highness.
Oh, yeah. Oh, great film.
The Minotaur Dong.
Yeah. That'll have to be a pick or a review for some point.
Yeah.
All right, then last question. Yes or no?
No.
I'll go yes. Stay optimistic. All right. So thanks again for the question or the trivia, whatever you want to call it. Pile it on. You did pile it on this time. So well done.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah. And so if you've not sent us questions, please do for next time, or coming up. So I guess we can end off with our pick of the week. Paul, you been watching anything?
You know what? I did rewatch The Godfather, and it's the first time that I've watched The Godfather in 5 or more years. Honestly, maybe even closer to 10. Incredible.
Yeah.
Dense, rich, gripping. It has a midpoint that you can use as a kind of intermission. It was actually, fun fact, intended to have an intermission for theatrical release. So yeah, if you've never seen it, or if you haven't seen it in a while, go back, rewatch the first Godfather. Incredible casting, incredible set design. really, really beautiful writing and storytelling that's nuanced with incredible depth. So I'd say The Godfather.
All right. Yeah, I did rewatch last night Talladega Nights, which is still a classic, but I guess not too much to say about that one, but it's just a great time. So I guess I'll talk a little bit about Jackie, like I mentioned earlier. So this is about Jackie Kennedy after JFK is assassinated, and it's just about her grieving period and having to find a way to move on. And it's talking about great scores. Micah Levy, who also did Under the Skin, and actually that would be one of my favorites as well. The score for Jackie is amazing. And so check out that score if you have not yet. But yeah, it's really heartbreaking, but it's so intimate and effectively claustrophobic because, you're just within Jackie Kennedy for this, 90-minute or 2-hour runtime. And it's a hard, heavy watch, but it's really worthwhile. So, yeah. All right, Paul. Well, anything else you want to mention, man? Any other things?
No, not really. Keep listening to Film Buds.
That'd be good.
Speaking of music, if you're interested in classical music and music composition, over on the other show that I work on, SANE Show, we just posted a episode where we interview 2 classic musicians. She's a mezzo-soprano singer and who worked in one of the largest opera house sizes that you can work in Germany. And wow. He's an arranger, a conductor, and a composer. And they're also in sort of classical fusion. They're in a classical fusion group called A La Carte. So if you're interested in anything like that, come and listen to SANE Show. Keep listening to the Film Buds and read a book. That's my suggestion this week.
That's not too bad, yeah. Yeah, that sounds like a pretty cool interview, actually. And yeah, I think that is about it. Next week on the show, of course, Paul, please come back. And I don't know, any ideas for reviews?
Do we finally actually want to do Life Aquatic?
Sure.
Okay.
I'm always up for Wes Anderson.
If I think of something else, I guess we'll know.
Yeah, please. So stay updated on social media for all that stuff, and send us your recommendations if you have any. Yeah, well, Paul, man, it's always great to see you. Yeah. I appreciate you taking the time, man.
Of course. Great to be here. Great to see you. Nice talking with you, man.
Thanks, man. All right, well, everybody, please stay safe. Wear a mask. It's not that hard.
It is not.
Yeah, please take care. Stay safe. And we really hope you enjoyed the show as much as we did. And we'll see you next time.